I didn't realize how sexy I was until I started pulling these fragrances out. Okay, I had to put on my little sexy little robe for y'all because I started feeling like, ooh, girl, you just too damn sexy, okay? It was really hard for me to pull these fragrances, so much to choose from. Welcome to the channel if you are new here, or welcome back if you're already a family member. My name is Amanda Marie, and over here I discuss all things fragrance. So if you're someone that is into perfumes, I would love for you to stick around. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, that way you don't miss any of my videos. Let's get started. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 of my most sexiest fragrances, okay? These are a part of the arsenal when I'm just feeling myself. I got on the sexiest dress, honey. My hair is just done up, okay? The makeup, face is beating. I need something. I need a perfume that's going to complement all of that. That is just going to be the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? And so I got some hitters here for y'all. So I hope y'all stick around to watch this video. But I had to hit you with 2 honorable mentions, of course, so it was just impossible for me not to. I've talked about these 2 fragrances before on the channel, and I'm just gonna go through them briefly before we get into the 10, okay? Here we go. Honorable mention number 1 is Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonist. In this fragrance, you have pimento, cloves, pepper tree, patchouli, Bulgarian rose, praline, vanilla, openox, and benzoin. This was love at first whiff. I think me and my daughter was actually shopping one day, and we went into Neiman Marcus, and I think I really went to go smell Moon Glory, but then I ended up being introduced to Hypnotizing Fire by the sales associate. And y'all, if I had not have already spent like $300, I would have picked this fragrance up. This is the Eau de Parfum. I believe there is a Parfum version. I don't know which one she let me smell at the time, but anyway, I picked this up. This is so, the name of the fragrance is very befitting. It is hypnotizing. I get some soft, spicy notes. Pimento always seems to come off a little spicy to me. I get the resins. The resins are warm and earthy and sweet. That benzoin is adding some additional sweetness. It's coming off like a very intense vanilla, okay? The patchouli is dark, earthy, a little chocolatey. Ooh, baby, this will smell great on anybody. This is very much unisex to me. I think a man could pull it off as well. It's everything, y'all. It is really everything. I don't really get much rose, if I'm being honest with you. The rose is very much in the background, but as I'm smelling it, it's coming off like a very fragrant dark rose, not necessarily bright and pinky, but this is amazing. I give it a 10 out of 10 on the sexy scale, okay? It's good. If you have it, thumbs up this video. I actually did not buy the full size bottle. I only bought the travel because at the time, you know, I wouldn't, and I ain't saying I am now, okay? But times have gotten better, let me just say that. But back then, I was having a hard time wrapping my head around the price of niche fragrances. Maybe I didn't appreciate them as much as I do now. As I was picking these fragrances, I will tell you that my collection has gotten a little pricey, I see. It's been a minute since I've done an overview of my whole collection. But yeah, I'm kind of turned into a niche girly, I think. Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. Now this is the extreme version. There is just a regular version, okay? I believe the extreme may be a part of the line but I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But in this fragrance, you have osmanthus, peach, neroli, bergamot, mandarin, cinnamon, Indian tuberose, jasmine, narcissus, may rose, amber, cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, and patchouli. Man, what I get here is the most sexiest tuberose I have ever smelled in my entire life. Tuberose for me usually comes off smelling very vintage, very heady, and I just haven't really developed a taste for tuberose as of yet, but I simply love this. I adore it. I do get that osmanthus in here too, which is just adding to the sex appeal of this fragrance. That peach, if you like peach, you will love this. I'm getting some earthy nuances, a little bit of musk. This is just a 10 out of 10 for me, and every time I wear it, I get compliments. I actually need to start wearing my stuff a little more often because the bottle is still full. I have so many Kilian fragrances, it's crazy. I think that is the first brand that I actually collected a lot of their fragrances. I'm not gonna say the majority, I just have a lot from the house of Kilian. All right, let's get into the 10 that I have here. I will start off with Amouage Guidance. Oh, if you know, you know. This is one of the sexiest fragrances I have in my collection. In this fragrance, you have pear, hazelnut, olibanum, osmanthus, rose, saffron, jasmine sandalwood, sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, and ambergris. Let me see how they describe osmanthus, because I really do enjoy osmanthus. Okay, it smells like an apricot flower, soft, sensuous, with a milky, woody, and leathery nuance. Whenever I smell osmanthus in fragrances, 9 times out of 10, it's my type of scent. It does smell very sensual, even though it smells like a musky, fruity, white floral. It's not creamy to me. It's bright. It has a lot of musk in it, even though I don't see musk listed here. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if it's coming from the akigala wood or if it's coming from the resins, but I don't get an extreme woodiness here. Let me just say that. I get a juicy pear that's not sweet necessarily. I get musk, I get the osmanthus, I get the saffron, so there's a little spice here. But y'all know about this fragrance already, and I still haven't tried the flanker to this, which is the, well, maybe it's not a flanker, but it's the extrait version. I've not tried it yet. I need to get my nose on it, but from the reviews that I've seen, it basically kind of smells the same. But a lot of people say if you didn't like this one, you will like the extrait version. I love the original release, so because it's so pricey, I don't see myself buying the extrait version for quite a while, if I ever get it, to be honest with you. But I give this a 10 on the scale of sexiness, because baby, she's sexy boots, okay? Sexy the house down. Love this one. We're gonna reel it back in, and we're gonna go with the more affordable option. This is Tom Ford's Eau D'Ombre Leather. Now this is a flanker to the original Ombre Leather. This one was released last year, and it was a love at first sniff for me, okay? In this one you have cardamom, ginger, coriander, vanilla, leather, and ambrofix. It does put me in the frame of mind a little bit of the original Ombre Leather, but what I get here is more leather, and I get more vanilla. The original had a bit more florals in it. This one is soft, spicy, warm. That leather is so good. I always say Tom Ford really knows how to do leather, baby. He really does. That team, who is the perfumer here? Sonia constant. Whomever she is, she knocked this one out of the park, I have to say. But it is, the leather is 10 out of 10. Okay, it's smooth. This is smooth, sweet, dark, spicy. It's a 10 out of 10, okay? Ombré, Eau D'Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. Next one was actually gifted to me by a friend. She bought it. She didn't care for it. She gave it to me. This is Thé Noir 29 by Lelabo. And here's what the bottle looks like. In this fragrance, you have fig, bay leaf, bergamot, cedar, vetiver, musk, tobacco, and hay. This is so good. And the sillage on this is amazing. I think all of Lelabo fragrances have a really beautiful sillage. And the sillage is the smell that carries. If you're just watching this video and you don't know what a sillage is, the sillage is just a fancier word for central. So does Another 13, which is one of my favorites. I'm almost out of that one actually. I grab it from time to time. I didn't think it would make it to this video because I don't think Another 13 is sexy like that. It's more daintier, okay? I wouldn't classify it as sexy. But Thé Noir, yes, I definitely get the fig. I get the hay here, which I feel like is either the hay or the bay leaf is giving it something green, in my opinion. Definitely getting the tobacco, but I want to say it is not an over-the-top tobacco. It is a soft smoke, almost like a smoky haze, kind of like Barely There type of tobacco accord, in my opinion. But you still get it. But I think this is sexy. And when you know what, I might wear this tomorrow. Actually, I'm in that type of mood. But I like this. I like it a lot. I think it is very much unisex. I think anybody could wear this. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. I think it will smell great on everybody. I think though, if you're thinking about getting this, you should smell it because I'm not sure that everyone enjoys a fig note. I actually grew up with a fig tree in the yard, so I ate figs a lot, like peeled them, washed them, ate them with the skin and everything, honey. I was wild back in them days, honey. Boy, to be a child, okay? Footloose, fancy free, didn't have two cares in the world, but nowadays I'm a little bit more refined, okay? But yeah, I think if you feel some type of way about fig, smell it first, okay? All right, next up is from the Harlem Perfume Company, and this is called Josephine. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. This is called Josephine from Harlem Perfume Company. Even though I only have it in this small travel, it is full bottle worthy to me. Let me just tell you that. In this fragrance, you have bergamot incense, amyris, you have night blooming jasmine, vanilla orchid, tonka beans, sandalwood, patchouli, and amber. Man, when I smelled this for the first time, I fell head over heels in love with this. This is what I would imagine Josephine Baker smelling like. Sweet, warm, powdery. That patchouli is very earthy and dark. Because here's the thing, you gotta remember, back in those days when they were making perfumes, they were using a lot of raw materials, okay? They were pretty much putting whatever they wanted to put in perfumes, and I would imagine that we probably wouldn't like those type of perfumes in this day and time because they would definitely come off too heady and too vintagey. But you just got to keep that in mind. We're talking about Josephine Baker here, okay? Icon, legend, dancing with the bananas and the finger waves, honey, and the feather boas, and just giving it to the people butt booty naked and not caring, okay? All the way over there in Europe, doing her thing. So you know she's had a smell about her that was wow. Okay, I just know it. And every time I smell this, I'm like, yes, girl, yes. I get a little bit of smoke from the incense, because you got to think jazz club, nightclub, everybody back then was smoking. It was a cool thing to do. So you know you had a smoke here, and then you have that patchouli, like I said, something a little soft and creamy. This is very powdery, and I'm not sure where that is coming from. Maybe the tonka bean. I'm also getting that vanilla orchid, and anytime I smell vanilla orchid, it's a over the top, very sweet vanilla to me. But y'all, when I tell you this is a 10 out of 10, extremely sexy. I would only reserve this for special occasions, formal events, date nights. Like, I'm not wearing this to no coffee date or a car date. Have y'all heard about that on TikTok? I ain't doing it, okay? You might get, I don't know, you might not get nothing at a coffee shop, I'm just saying, but the guns is out now, okay? And this is gonna be locked and loaded in that thing, baby. I'm not coming to play with you, you understand? I hope you know what you signed up for, sir, because you're gonna get it with Miss Josephine, period. Up I have here is from the Heritage. This is a brand that I am thoroughly enjoying. I've really deep dived into their fragrances. I bought Nosferatu, and then they gifted me did they gift me two? They actually gifted me two of their fragrances. This one is Coeur. How do you say this? Coeur Noir, okay, which I think means black heart. And in this fragrance you have benzoin, black pepper, labdanum, and Madagascar vanilla. Another powdery powerhouse of a fragrance. When I tell you, this smells very French to me. This reminds me of a diptyque perfume, because I feel like diptyque is very, very French, and it took me a while to really appreciate diptyque fragrances because they're so different to my nose, and I wasn't used to that. This is very rich. I get that black pepper in here. I get the benzoin. There's benzoin and vanilla, okay? So it's sweet, it's vanillic, especially in the dry down. And I'm also getting the labdanum, which I believe is a resin. It is deep, powerful, leathery, ambery, yeah. That labdanum is giving this a very ambery smell. So this is warm, rich, amber, full-bodied, powdery, okay, but extremely sexy. When I smell it, it draws me in every single time. It's just perfection. I give it a 10 on the sexy scale, okay? It is just perfection. Did I say what I give this? I give Thé Noir a 8.5 on the sexy scale, okay? I give Josephine Baker a 10 on the sexy scale. Actually pulled a Kayali fragrance, surprise, surprise, okay? This is the Wedding Velvet Santal 35 by Kayali, and this is Hassan's fragrance. If you're not aware, Mona and Hassan created their own fragrances in celebration of their love and their wedding, and they came out with two fragrances. In this fragrance you have jasmine petals, tea leaves, white musk, cedar, benzoin, and sandalwood. The more this sits, the more it bangs, okay? This is a silent getter, okay? Man, when I smell this, I automatically think of a Tom Ford fragrance. I've said that from day one. If I was blindfolded and somebody put this up to me, the first thing I would think is Tom Ford. I'm gonna spray a little on my skin because the paper is actually not doing it justice. I often wear this to work, and compliments galore, okay? If I'm not mistaken, I do feel like his son had some creative input in regards to making this fragrance, and he did an amazing job. He really did. I pulled the tea, but I pull the benzoin. It is resinous, sweet, warm, earthy, musky. I get the woodiness. The jasmine is perfect. It's not over the top. It's not doing too much. It is just simply put so good. And I don't know if he knew that he was making a unisex fragrance, because literally anybody could wear this. Anybody could pull this off. It is just, oh, it's so soft, but it just, you can't stop smelling it. At least I can't stop smelling it. This would be good for office, you know, wear. It would be good for a date night. Okay, so I used to date a guy who really introduced me to fragrance. There was something very bold, yet very calming and pleasant about the fragrances that he chose. They weren't necessarily in your face, but you could smell them, and they had a little bit of a softness to them. And I actually would like question him on the choices, because sometimes I thought he was wearing a perfume for a woman, but they were actually for men. So he knew his profile. He knew that he liked a bold fragrance, but something very soft and approachable. That's what this gives, okay? Very soft, very approachable, very laid back, easy, but still sexy. You know those people who have this sexiness about them. You know those people who don't say much, but they're very, very sexy. There's something very sexy in their demeanor. That's the vibes I get here every time I wear it. And I give it a 9 out of 10 on the sexy scale, okay? It's up there high for it to be a Kayali fragrance. I don't even know if this is still available, to be honest with you, but if it is, I think the longevity is decent. We all know that at some point you gotta respray, so. All right, next up on the list, we have one of my favorites from the world of Chris Collins, and this is Lust Oud Delice. And I hope y'all can see that without the flashback. In this fragrance, you have dark chocolate, hazelnut, walnut, cypriot oil, orris, benzoin, argwood, which is oud. You have musk and sandalwood. This is the back and the front. Y'all, when I first smelled this, I said, oh goddamn, what is going on here? This is a sweet, powdery, chocolatey, chocolate and hazelnut, okay, but chocolatey oud. I'm so impressed with the oud here, because oud can sometimes come off smelling very animalic, and I know people have difficulty wearing oud. I love it, okay, but I know that it's an acquired taste, right? But this is the best oud I've smelled ever. Baby, I don't know where he had to go to get this oud, but the trip was so worth it, because this is, oh my God, sweet, warm, nutty, creamy, powdery, chocolate oudy goodness, okay? That was a mouthful, but baby, I love this. I love it. I would consider this a gourmand, and a oud gourmand. I think this is the only oud gourmand I have in my collection, if I'm not mistaken. But I love this, baby, from the moon back. This is so good. I think it is perfectly unisex. Anybody can wear this, no matter who you are. If you are into oud, you will love this. If you are into gourmands, you will love this. Even if you are not an oud lover, but you're still into gourmands, you will love this. You will enjoy this, I'm telling you. I would consider this to be like a fall, wintertime fragrance, but you know, you can wear your stuff whenever you want to wear your stuff. But that's when I would wear it because it is a little heavy. The projection is out of this world. I can't even wear this to work because I get stopped. People ask me what I'm wearing. Even when I do 1 or 2 sprays, it's still too much. I give this a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Next up, we have one from French Avenue. Here is the bottle. Here is the back. And in this fragrance, you have notes of cinnamon, apple, smoke, tobacco, moss, bourbon vanilla, one of my favorites, and Orchinox. Never heard of that before, but it is some type of molecule. It is natural and synthetic, popular and weird. Baby, that don't tell me nothing, okay? I don't know what Orchinox is, but it looks like some type of sugar crystals, so maybe that's what it is, I don't know. I get a booziness from here. I also pick up the smoke here. So this is, to me, this is very reminiscent of Angel Share, which I think is a very sexy fragrance also. Boozy, warm, sweet apple pie, cinnamon apple pie with a hookah accord in there, like a smoky hookah. That is what I get here. This is said to be very reminiscent of Smoking Hot by Kilian. And I see that. I do have samples of Smoking Hot, so I've smelled it before. And I wasn't necessarily moved to get it, probably because it did remind me a little bit of Angel Share. And it just, that gap was not wide enough for me. It was just too similar for me to spend that type of money. But now that I have Veneno Black by French Avenue, baby, I don't need it. All I need is this. But I give this one a 8.5 on the sexy scale, because I think at this point I've smelled so many variations of Angel Share. Not that I ever get tired of it, but you know, I've seen that movie 100 times and I'm kind of over it. But every now and again, you know, I want to watch it, okay? I haven't talked about this one in quite a long time, and it's time for me to pull her back out. This is Birth of Venus by Argos. Beautiful presentation. Look at the colors. And this is not a sticker. This is, I mean, I'm sure it's stuck on there, but this is like a plate, okay? And it has texture. This is actual artwork on the bottle, y'all. The top is gorgeous. The back, so beautiful. Actually has my name engraved on it here at the bottom. Oh, I love this. I love it. In this fragrance, you have peach, orange blossom, grapefruit, bergamot, lavender, raspberry, chocolate, rose, jasmine, sambac, narcissus, amber, sycamore, sandalwood, vetiver, and cashmere wood. Woo! That was a lot. Baby, she is jam-packed with goodness. Do you hear me? Jam-packed. And I think, and as y'all can see, it does have a reddish orange color to it. So if you have it, be careful when you're spraying this on your clothes, okay? Spray it on skin or all black. Okay, this is so hypnotizing. Oh my God. God. Ooh wee. God, dog. She a big gun. Ooh. Baby, I mean, bring a man down to his knees, you hear me? Okay. But I'm convinced that peach with the raspberry and the chocolate, oh my God, that sweet syrupy orange blossom, a little vetiver for some earthiness. Man, I get this a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 out of 10. Oh, she bad. I'm not gonna lie, she's full-bodied. There's a lot of depth here. So I don't know if this would be one that people would want to wear in the summertime, unless, you know, you're wearing it at night, or, you know, but I would. Especially when I'm trying to convey a message. You feel me? Hey, 10 out of 10 on the sexy scale, period. Last but not least of my sexy fragrances, I have here Supernova from Andrea Maack. In here you have cinnamon, cardamom, saffron, cypress, cedarwood, lavender, oud, leather, and vetiver. Okay. Love the bottle. Very simple, but you know, it's giving artiste, okay? Love this one too. Standout notes in this fragrance for me is gonna be the saffron, the lavender, and the oud. I think the lavender really softens the oud, because this one, compared to, where's the other, compared to the oud, Lust Oud Delice, this one has more of an animalic feel to it. So the lavender really softens that animalic note. It's doing what it needs to do. So I'm not necessarily mad at the fact that it has an animalic smell to it. But again, that lavender softens it up. The saffron is really giving some spiciness to this fragrance. Also, there's the leather here. Leather and oud always, I feel like when they're in a fragrance together, sometimes they struggle. I struggle with which one I'm getting. As the leather can also have this animalic vibe to it as well. Oh, am I getting the oud? Am I getting the leather? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of women will probably say that this is masculine for them, because even when I wear it, I got a compliment from someone one day and they were like, "Ooh, you smell good," but it kind of smells a little masculine, like a little manly. And I was like, yeah, it does. It's probably the oud in here, but I think men will really, really enjoy this fragrance. 10 out of 10 on the sexy scale. Please comment down below if you have any of the fragrances I mentioned in the video. Let me know, what's your favorite sexy fragrance? Put it down in the comments. If you are into perfumes, you're into smelling good, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, okay? Don't forget to turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video and you don't miss out. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. It lets me know that you are enjoying my content. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you are having a beautiful day, and I hope you're smelling good doing it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.